How's it going, people? Yep. No more morning vlogs for a while. I've actually started my regular shift, which is 3 p.m. to 11. So I'll be doing the late night thing for a while. Double checking to make sure I got everything. Went to the Middle Tennessee Vapors group meeting yesterday. First one we've been to. That has the potential of being something pretty big. But it wasn't all that well put together because they were in a little dinky hole-in-the-wall bar in Nashville at the place they did the meet at. Of course, basically the group is self-contained. Any money that has to be spent to have these events is spent out of what they get for like the raffles and stuff, the money they get for things like that. They don't have any vendors sponsoring them or anything like that. Now they do have vendors that show up there, and from what I saw, it was all about the juice that you put in the little vials and everything, as much as it was the things you use to vaporize them. So when I said that there's a whole subculture evolving around the vaping, that was kind of a major understatement. There's just as big of a subculture surrounding the juice, or as they call it, or the liquid that you vaporize. I had a good time there. I mean, met a bunch of new people. It was kind of fun being around them. But that's kind of more my wife's thing, because most of the ones that she talks to, well, there's a bunch of them that she talks to on there that happen to be there that all made it a point to introduce themselves, which was cool. Like I said, I met new people. It's never a wasted day when you meet somebody new. Got a bunch of new flavors. I mean, we came home with a fistful of juices and stuff to put in our e-cigarettes. But the one thing that just amazed me, every single vendor there said that their best-selling e-cigarette liquid was cinnamon. And not one vendor out of, let's see, 2, 3, I think there was like 7 or 8 vendors there. Not one vendor had a cinnamon flavor. One of them had one that was kind of a cinnamon flavor, but not, it was a canceled out or discontinued flavor. It's called Spicy Vanilla. She just had a bunch of the little vials like the one I just showed you. That's for $1 on the table with older excuses that she was getting rid of that she wasn't going to make anymore. Had a perfectly wasted weekend because of all the rain and everything. And I got to watching the news today for the weather. Next weekend's going to be exactly the same way. I don't know what it is that's making it where we can't get anything done on the weekends unless we've got a barn to do our work in or something. But kind of feel like something's working against me here. I need to get out there and do some work on the 4x4, the 90 Silverado, and the 97 S10 and get them all back together and going. And I'm basically having to do what little I can, darting in between the rainstorms, and it's kind of messed up. Makes it a little hard to get anything done that way. Today, I'm on 3 to 11. Which I kind of think is a misstep on their part. It's 2 o'clock now, but right now, the traffic's at a minimum. There are some people that are getting off right now because it's 3 o'clock and they go in early. But for the most part, I still need to get that doggone tire balanced. For the most part, it's still going to be pretty quiet. Still didn't get the LEDs put in yet. Got to find a needle or something that I can run into the sun visor. And I'm planning on putting them closer to the top of the sun visor when I put them in. That way it only highlights the roof and lights up where I'm sitting for the nighttime video. I'm trying to figure out a way to make this camera work without it bouncing the video all over the place. Basically, they got a new guy starting today, and I was supposed to have 2 weeks of day shift, 2 weeks of daytime training, and that didn't happen. Of course, I don't guess they felt like I really needed it, being that they just basically told me we're going to start coming in at 3 o'clock. I mean, everything I've done so far is pretty simple. Like pretty much any monkey could be trained to do what I've done so far. But there is tech stuff involved later on too. I really should have taken some Benadryl before I left the house today. Holy cow. Something's just got my nose and sinuses just working overtime. Everything's all itchy. And I just know I might get to work on all them dusty old computers. got compressed air to spray them all out with, which I kind of think it's like shutting the barn door after all the horses have gotten out. Because a lot of these systems that we're thinning from the herd, so to speak, are ones that would probably still be perfectly usable machines if somebody had just taken the time to go out on the floor and spray them out, blow all the dust and everything out of them. And before one of you pipes up saying that dust doesn't make any difference in a computer, or doesn't make that much difference, when I was still working with my neighbor, we had one computer that undescribably was getting lines on the screen. The video wouldn't show up properly at all. It was one of our Japanese supporters that we had there, and it just would not show up right. Put him another computer down in place of the one he had. It's the same model, and it was fine for a while, and then it started doing the same thing. I took the computer out and blew it out. Used the compressed air to blow all the dust out of the inside of the computer. Put it back on his desk. He's still using that computer. Worked fine. Actually, no, I take that back. He's not using that computer. We built him a newer workstation. But either way, the system was working fine after I blew it out. So all the dust inside the computer was actually causing it to not work properly, not show up properly. It was distorting the video because there was dust arcing across the video chip on the motherboard. Once I blew it out, it worked fine, no problems. So bad now. Take a wide angle off of there. Y'all don't really care to see much else anyway, do you? My theory is that this wide angle was weighting it down enough that it was causing the video to really be jumpy and make the camera bounce around that much more too. Doesn't seem to be jumping quite so bad now. So, from now on, well, from now till whenever, the videos are going to be mid-afternoon to late night, which means that the evening video going to have to be a diffused from the floor light. But I've got something else I want to try and see how well it works. We'll see. Y'all are still getting a view of the key part of my day besides actually working, but I did want to address something. Gotten a couple of kind of nasty, or almost nasty, comments. Almost what you'd consider that way. I don't mind picking. I don't even mind people being a little bit of a smart butt on my comments. One of those things. But when you come on purposely trying to be ignorant, trying to be a butt, and trying trying to stir stuff up, I'm going to delete your comments. If you continue to do it, I'm going to block you. Now understand, I don't block people. I don't like doing it. I can show you on my YouTube account. This account, there's not anybody blocked. On Daddy Tech, there's maybe 3 that are blocked. And the only reason they're blocked is because they came on being really stupid with some of the stuff they were posting. And I'm not talking about really stupid like, oh, you're an idiot. I'm talking about vulgar to the point that most vulgar people would be embarrassed to see it. Now, if you come on, you're being totally ignorant like that. As much as I don't like blocking people, and I mean, I'll let stuff go on for a while, but eventually you're going to get blocked. I mean, I haven't blocked anybody on Google Plus, and like I said, I think there may be, and that's a really conservative number, there may be 4 people on Daddy Tech that were blocked. It's just because they were being stupid. And I had that channel for 2 years. A lot of chance for people to be really stupid. You guys know I've kind of got a little bit of a thing for the paranormal stuff. Mostly just I think it's neat. Well, I've been watching a lot of that bio channel, and one of the biggest things they do on there are celebrity ghost stories and things like that. I mean, talking about people's houses that they felt were haunted or whatever. By nature, I'm a skeptic. In other words, I know this stuff happens. I believe there are things out there. How much they're able to do or control or whatever, I don't know. I'm not that far into it. I do think it's kind of interesting that there's many occurrences, and as there are out there, and I think it's neat that a lot of times these occurrences are with people that typically started out not believing in any of that kind of stuff. They just noticed weird stuff happening around their house all of a sudden. Now, on my Daddy Tech channel, I put up some videos that were people kind of scrutinized them, but I'm not saying because I do you should believe in the stuff too. Like I said, I'm a skeptic and I question all this stuff. How much of it's just suggestive reasoning? What if it's actual reality? And there's stuff that people have happen all the time that's completely unexplainable. And that kind of stuff intrigues me to no end. Now, there's a couple of places here close by that I'm kind of thinking about going and doing a little video here and there just to see what I can find. One of them is down here in the Brentwood area. It's actually Franklin, Tennessee, where they say it's one of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War occurred in Franklin. I don't know, I haven't really researched any of that. But I do think skeptic. I don't believe, for the most part, because I've never really experienced it. I don't believe, for the most part, that there's much of anything out there. But when certain things can't be explained, there's no rational explanation for things that happen. It's kind of interesting to me that even though they can't be explained, this stuff still happens. So, I'm planning on here shortly going out and trying to find different things. I'd like to believe that there's things out there. Because I've got friends that have died, relatives that have died, that I'd like to believe are still kind of watching out for us. I don't know what you'd call that, but it'd just be nice to know that part of you, even if it's just faint energy or whatever, stays around after you're gone. Anyway, I'm just about here, just about to work. Got maybe another 5 or 10 minutes, and it's 2:30. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut you guys off for right now, and I'll cut it back on when I'm ready to head home. Look at this. Not a soul in here. But it feels like the place is full somehow. I don't get it. Nobody in here. This is our kitchen area. And plenty of junk. Healthy stuff. No more junk. This is usually lit up. They got the power off to save a little energy. And there's where you clock out, or you cash out. Of course, they do have free coffee. I think I will. There's our refrigerator we can keep our stuff in. And microwaves. This is one of 3 kitchens, I think they said. Alright. Now that you got a little tour around parts of the place, not sure you can see it, but that big white bubble right there, that's the Tennessee Titans indoor training camp, or their indoor training field, I guess it is. Yeah, now I work right next door to them. Before, take a little, no rush hurry tonight. The building off to the left over here is the one that used to be a Sprint PCS call center. The part closest to us, the building part closest to us, isn't actually a building, it's a parking garage, unless they've converted it over somehow. Which I wouldn't be surprised they changed the rest of it around too. Nope, it's still parking garage. Anyway, over here on the right is the Tennessee Titans training facility. I don't know if any of you guys are Tennessee Titans fans. I don't know why you would be. But that's where they train. 460 Great Circle Road, Baptist Sports Park. Tennessee Titans and guests only. Yep. Not a Titan or a guest. Left work. Before I walked out the door, I grabbed me some milk water, I guess it is. It was supposed to be coffee, I thought. Looked at the package and it said latte. All it is kind of bland milk. Doesn't taste like much of anything. Oh yeah. I try to avoid this road at all costs here. The big building on the left is the Nortel call center. And I almost got run slam off the road by Eddie George, one of the former Tennessee Titans, right here in front of this stinking building. They were doing renovations and had a great big dumpster out front. And I was coming straight. He had gotten in the lane that had the dumpster on it and just rolled right up on it, and instead of slamming the brakes or stopping like any normal person would, he just darted over in front of me. So I had to go all up on the curb and everything to get around him, keep from hitting him. Because I sure don't think my insurance company would have liked to have replaced a $60,000 or better Mercedes. SUV, and this was back in 2002, I guess. See how much different it is in the nighttime than the day? No traffic. Of course, it's that joker ran that daggum light. I'm not doing it. And here we go, headed home. See, don't have to sit and wait. No traffic. Supposed to be there till 11, but we got to working it out and trying to get everything tidied up, trying to get the one type of machine out, the little really thin client desktops, the M72 I think it is. Just like a little thin one that I did up in, did the unboxing for up in, at my last job. It's the exact same frame and everything. The only difference is instead of having a i5 in it, these have i3s in them. And they were already unboxed, so not like I could do a unboxing and it'd be pretty much the same thing that you already saw with the M92s. Once we get past that blue flashing light up ahead, I'll pull over and put the light in. Turn it on and turn the camera around. More than likely the cop wouldn't come out anyway. He's probably busy. We got a move over law, so I'm going to move over. But the way my luck runs, again, I didn't try to think like that, that's when I'd get busted. It's actually kind of cool tonight, 50 degrees. Hey, stupid people moved over for a reason. Yeah, not so. Signs all up and down the street about being the move over law state for emergency vehicles. I think most of them are now. If not, they sure need to be. One law that I wholeheartedly agreed with. And I've seen a bunch of accidents where people weren't paying attention or they were watching the lights on the cop car and just drifted right on over there and blam. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions on the camera thing, please leave them in the comments. I would appreciate it. And you guys have a nice day. I'll talk to you soon.